What gets me excited and gets me up every morning is knowing that this is ours. This is something that we've built from the ground up. I never expected to be in the auction industry. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? That wasn't the top of my thoughts. I think for a lot of auctioneers, unless you're born into the industry, it's something you kind of stumble across. And I was very fortunate to have had that experience myself. I started off with the vision of being the nonprofit benefit auctioneer on stage in a tuxedo every single weekend. And then I realized very quickly that if that's the only thing that you do in Alaska, you're a starving artist. So that is what I do currently, but it's a smaller percentage of the overall whole for what it takes to run and own and operate an auction house facility. So we do a lot of estate sales, a lot of business liquidations, personal property appraisals. Now overseeing a team of 40 plus full-time Alaskans 7 days a week, and it is definitely one of those things where uh, if you'd have asked me 5 years ago, where am I going to be at? I couldn't even have given you a fraction of an indication of how we're developing or what we developed into at this point, which is tremendous and exciting, and it really just fuels my fire. Makes a pretty picture. And so I think that's what drives my motivation is just building a company bigger than myself with a great team that's kind of subscribed to the vision of taking it, you know, to the point where it's survived 5 years now is pretty incredible. I think I'm of the mindset that a lot of businesses don't even make it to 3 to 5 years. So to say that we're about to hit 5 years and we've got some monumental plans in place to carry us on to the next 5 years and the next 5 decades to come is pretty exciting.
So I met Dan shortly after the company's inception. My brother-in-law actually introduced us. He knew that I had a lot of experience buying and selling and flipping antiques and coins and things like that. And he knew Dan had just started this business that's auction focused, but didn't necessarily have a lot of experience in the auction industry from the item side of things. So he suggested that we meet for coffee. We met for coffee, and I quit my job, my day job, the next week.
Both Dan and Nick have such unique personalities. Dan is very charismatic. I met him through the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce, and Nick is very quiet and methodical and absolutely brilliant with a really breadth of knowledge of all of the stuff that comes through our auction house. They're so different. They've got a good yin and yang going on, and I split the difference. I feel like I've got a lot of charisma, and I also am very methodical, and being able to kind of bridge that between the two of them, I think we've got a really, really great connection going on. And I've built the foundation for something that's going to be an institution in Alaska.
The next 5 years are going to be pretty incredible. We've gotten the opportunity now where we're going to be taking possession in 2023 of a facility that will be our forever home that will carry us into the next 5 years and beyond. And so I see us continuing to grow and build our team, building out our facility so that it is the as close to perfect work environment that we can make it be, and continue to be that full service auction house that takes care of the people in their community. You only get out of it what you put into it. So, if we want to get 100%, we got to put in 110, and I'm ready for it. And I see us maybe expanding outside of Alaska, not just being Alaska Premier Auctions and Appraisals, but America's Premier Auctions and Appraisals. You never know, right? Like, the world is your oyster. And because we have an online auction house, if we continue to strive for greatness and take care of people, I think every seed we plant is just another little deposit in the Good Karma Bank. And one day when we need to pull a deposit out, I feel like there'll be the right resources and people and connections and relationships to afford us that chance to help even more people outside of this great state.
I'm working on building out our real estate division. I'm super excited to continue to sell real estate at auction in Alaska and become the number one resource for real estate here at the auction level, and have auctions become more of a first choice method of sale for Alaskans. We've proven that it's a great method of sale for land auctions and residences, and I'm happy to continue building that realm.
APAA in 5 years, I see us as the go-to staple auction house in the state of Alaska, period. I think we're going to have the best sales with the most unique items, the broadest asset classes, the highest prices realized, the most effective systems and processes. We're out to be number one, and we're taking those investments and risks in ourselves, and we have the best possible team that you could imagine alongside us to make that happen. And maybe not 5 years from now, but certainly 5 to 10 years, it won't just be Alaska Premier Auctions and Appraisals. We will be in other locations as well.
Thank you everybody for your support so far. We've built an incredible business with all of your support, whether you've been a buyer, whether you've been a seller, or whether you just support us online. Every single piece of that goes into what we've built, what we've created, what we're continuing to grow, and how we can serve.
So to everybody that supported us over the last 5 years, thank you. We appreciate you so much for your support, for your business, for the relationships that we've built, and we greatly look forward to continue being a service for all of your auctioneer and appraiser needs in the future.
I'd say, you know, in just closing out, thank you for the last 5 years to every single buyer, to every single seller, to every single supporter, anyone that's, you know, helped us get to the point where we're at. It really takes a village. Many hands make light work. And as the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I am eternally grateful and feel really, truly blessed to have had the help of our employees, of our community, of our friends, family, and neighbors that want to see us succeed, that know that, you know, we bring a valuable service to our community and have gotten us to the point where we're at. And I'm so excited for what the next 5 years are going to be. I'm sure that when we look back in another 5 years and I have exponentially more gray hairs in my beard, that we'll be able to laugh and just have our minds blown at what we've accomplished, because even now it's just astounding the level of you know, success that we've had and the people we've helped and the level of business that we've achieved. And so let's take it to the moon and buckle up. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Thanks for being a part of it, and let's see where the next 5 years takes us.